Well, this one wasn't planned. I'm just reading through the scriptures and reading through John, reading John 13 again. And this is where he's washing their feet. And he washed all of the disciples' feet. He got to Peter. Peter said unto him, Dost thou wash my feet? And Jesus answered and said unto him, What I do now, you knowest not, but you'll understand afterwards. Peter said to him, You'll never wash my feet. And Jesus answered, If I wash not thy feet, you have no part with me. So Peter says to him, Wash not my feet only, but my hands and my head. And Jesus said, He that is washed need not save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit. You are clean, but not all. When I was reading that, I was thinking about how Judas betrayed him and how we see through scriptures that the Jews constantly betray him in the Old Testament. And we see how Adam and Eve, Adam was with her, how both of them ate the apple or ate that fruit. And I kind of feel like Peter, in the moments when I'm reading this, I get prideful. I wouldn't do that to you, Lord. But I would. You see, we want to talk a big game. We want to act like we've got it all figured out because we've got His Word. We've got history in the palm of our hand. And we would have done it differently. But even if we were in their shoes, we would have done it the same way. If not a little bit sooner. We have all played the role of Judas in the scriptures. We have all played the role of Peter in the scriptures. And we have all played the role of Thomas. More than we would like to think. But when reading Luke 15, we see the parable of the prodigal son. Something I shared before and something a friend shared with me. It's only mentioned in Matthew. And we can look at it as, when we're looking at layers, we can look at it as the older brother is the Jew who never left God's side. The younger brother is the one that knew God growing up, like in America. But we depart and we do our own thing for a little while. But eventually we get our head on our shoulders and get it out of our butts and we come back home. But you can also look at it like this. When he saw him at a distance, and he knew, the son knew that he had nothing left, and he had had all of this stuff figured out in his head. He said, I'm going to go back home. I'm going to tell my father, hey, look, I'll just work with the servants. I've done a lot worse things now, and I'm not clean. I'm not worthy of you. But if you'll just let me work as one of your servants, I'll mind my own business. I'm just hungry, and I'm thirsty, and I'm cold, and I'm tired. And he had all this worked out in his mind, and as his father, who knew that he was coming, he didn't wait for him to get there. He didn't make him beg. He said, my son, that was once dead, is now alive. And he ran to him, and he dressed him in the finest clothing, gave him a ring, and had a party for him. He could have just said no, but he didn't. His son betrayed him with money. And he could have just said no, but he didn't. I'm reminded of the centurion's faith. And how he says, I'm not worthy. I've got men that do my bidding for me. But if you'll just speak the word. So you have to understand that centurions, or the Romans and the Jews, they were in this segregation, much like we've seen in our past. Throughout our history, we see segregation. And we want to divide. Jesus didn't come to divide. He came to break those walls down. But the centurion had faith that he would heal him. And Jesus said, greater faith have I not found in all of Israel. Because we simply believe. But at times, we've not believed, like Thomas. And at times, we've doubted. And at times, we've puffed up. And at times, we've betrayed him. And it's in those moments that we are reminded of the prodigal son and how Jesus runs to us. He never leaves our side, but you get the picture. And how even when we betray him, and when we deny him, and when we don't believe, He says in His Word, I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. He gives us peace in times of our storm, and He gives us strength in time of weakness. I know what the Scripture says, but I know people misuse it all the time. They say, God's not going to give us more than we can handle. Then I must be pretty weak, because I can't handle none of it. So I give it to Him. I raise my hands in worship to Him. I have failed so many times. We all have. But we can always come back to the Scriptures and know that His mercy is new every day. And that even if we betray Him, even if we doubt, even if we deny, even if we run away, He says He won't leave us comfortless. He will come to